What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be doing a Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 map tier list with the boys. So I got Don Ra and Die Hard Roach with me. Going to be talking about how the maps play on the new Modern Warfare 3 mechanics, how the new maps that they've added in stack up against the old ones, where they fit in. I think they've added a nice element to the game. Also, just want to say thank you for all the support on the channel lately. You guys have been smashing that like button. Shorts have been popping off. Really appreciate that. This video did take me a little while to cut up for you. So if you do like this kind of content, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Let me know what you think in the comments, because I can continue to do stuff like this for you guys. Without further ado, let's hop right into this thing, see what we can get right and see what we can get wrong.
See if we can't get the right.
See what we really feel about the maps. Yeah, I know. I think our
we're gonna have some
vary a little bit on some of these maps.
Hold up, Chris. Chris, is there meat in here? Where's meat at? Because that needs to be fucking just... Yeah, put that in D real quick. We can get that out of the fucking way.
We can get that one out of the way, yeah. It's D. It is D.
Yeah, that is...
I'll tell you another one.
Horrendous.
Yeah, only right answers here, by the way.
Oh, I saw him hover over Wasteland there.
Yeah, I mean, we can just slap that. We can just get the two D maps out of the way right away.
Can I make a comment on Wasteland? And I don't know if they changed this yet. Actually, Steven, I think he said that they added fog to it, but in the original game it was really fun in Modern Warfare 2 because the game was grainy and the graphics weren't that good, so you couldn't see people out in the distance. But because this game is so much clearer, everybody's a sitting duck from everywhere, and that really changes the way that the game plays.
I love
so that's why it's D.
I loved Wasteland.
I loved it back then. Back then it was an S tier map.
Back in MW2 was fun. You were trying to nuke. The VTOL was sick. The thermal scope on the intervention was sick. And it was hard to see people. You actually kind of like faded into the background. It's just not fun. The game's been out for what? I mean, 4 months now. I've played the game twice on that map. I don't even think I finished. I think I backed out of both of them.
No, I did okay in a couple of them. I didn't like it though. I did alright.
Yeah, it is boring in this.
That's not worth playing.
This game type.
S tier is just you'll vote for it every fucking time when it comes up, no matter what. You can play it on repeat basically.
Or in Terminal.
You can throw Terminal up there. Yeah.
On S tier, not in this game. Not even close.
See, this is the dispute right here. This is the dispute.
I absolutely hate. So I guess we should, before we get any farther,
hold up. We
solely play Search and Destroy.
Yeah, so everything is through the lens of Search and Destroy.
So, Terminal in MW2 2009 was incredible. The game played a little slower. It was just more fun. This game, you just get to spawn trap way too easy. If you're planting the bomb, it's hard to just get out. I'd pick a lot of maps over Terminal.
Okay.
So, like, Ian's up in S tier. Where are you at, Daniel?
I mean, A or S.
You're an A, and I'd probably
I didn't say that.
You guys got it at S. Ian's got it at S. Daniel's SA. I'm at like B. We'll stick it in A tier. It's an A tier map here.
It's compromise, I guess.
All right. I mean, what's your argument for S tier?
I mean, how many are we gonna put in S tier?
Listen, like I play kind of ratty, which means I hang back in Burger Town and the terminal area and just snipe people. So, and I'm very successful doing that. So that's why I like it. But if you run around,
it is almost just solely a sniper map. Like, you almost have to snipe on this map to have any success, at least on the planting side. It just feels like on Search and Destroy, you're just playing for lives in this one, and there's nobody ever plays the objective because they just know they can spawn trap you in the back.
Well, you do it too, though. I've seen you hop up on the boxes on the outside part and snipe people. Like,
you gotta do it.
You participate. You do all right. I don't know why you hate it. Like, you still have good games.
When you say spawn trap in the back, are you talking about from the checkout, or whatever we call it, or the plane side?
No,
just anywhere. I mean, just if you want to approach, if you just want to approach any bomb, it's just kind of like a bottleneck. But yeah, I mean, I do like it. I guess I shouldn't. Okay,
so if we're gonna put S tier as in like map design and everything, then yeah, like we can leave it in A then, I guess.
I like it. That's fine.
A is good. A's a solid one.
Okay.
So where do we land on Afghan? I mean, we going B or C on Afghan?
Remind me what C is.
What do we not like about Afghan?
I get bored. of it.
I'll tell you what it is. I'll tell you what
boring,
it is.
But I will pick it over something, so I put it in C.
I'll tell you what my thoughts are on it. It's a lot of head glitches in the beginning. When you come out immediately, I'm looking for head glitches. The other team is. We could go either way in the beginning, and then there's a lot of open area. You're running the risk of getting killed from the hill or the pillboxes on the hill. Like, there's a lot going on.
That's why I don't like it, because
it's hard to maneuver. Even though
it's got too many head glitches. Yeah. It used to be better. It's not.
It's C. It's fucking C.
It's fucking
Yeah.
C tier. There's
I
a lot
think
of these
it's
maps
C,
I'd
yeah.
play over Afghan, which is telling me it's C tier. Derail.
Mixed opinions on this.
Mixed
but just
opinions.
Put her
I'd
in
almost
A
say
or
A.
S.
I would put
Oh my
A.
god, A or S. I'll put it in. I'd go as high as B. I can't put it any
I go
higher
B.
than that.
I go B.
B's fair because I understand.
It plays
where
better
they're
in this
coming
one than
from,
it did in the original. I feel like it gets a bad rap because people say it plays slow because it played slow in the last one, so they just never play it. But if they gave it a chance, they'd see it plays a little bit faster.
You know,
in
it'd
this
be
game.
way more fun if people actually liked it because the people back out and then the people that are left, they don't play it how they should play it. And so I get bored. But I think if everybody was like really skilled and they played it, it'd be a lot of fun.
I guess what's the gripe about it? What do you not like about it? What
Well, it just people. You know what I hate when there's one person left and he's just like running around the map and you know it's got to go find him. You know that's annoying because it's like there's so many places.
big.
for it.
I don't know. I think it's a pretty classic sniper map. It plays good in this game. I mean, you have your side, they have their side. There's plenty of room to approach. There's plenty of little blocks of cover, but it's an all-out sniper battle, and it's a good time.
Mhm.
Yeah, I like it. I mean, I think there's people that I don't know if this is where you were coming. This is how I understood you to think was you don't like it because it's strictly sniper. And to me, I can still do one or the other. I can rush. I mean, now the only thing is that you only really have one option if you're rushing. You're challenging that middle warehouse, and everyone funnels into there and upstairs. So you don't really have many options when it comes to rushing. I guess that's why people don't like it. But it's not like the option isn't there to get up close and personal. You can still do that. So that's why I don't hate it. Other people hate it because they act like they literally can't go anywhere. There's plenty of hills and
I don't hate it
warehouse
for
you
those
can duke
reasons.
it out in.
I don't even
You
hate it at all.
You don't have to snipe.
Yeah, B tier solid there. Estate, another one that I just absolutely can't stand. I can put it in C tier. I mean, it's not D tier. I can play it if it gets picked. I feel like this map would be so much better in this game if it wasn't a giant hill. If it was flat, it would almost be better. The only battle you're gonna get in is over by B or in the actual building. The whole bottom
Are
part of the
you
map
starting
is
from
just,
low side or high side? Like, in what way do you not like it more?
when you're starting from low side, it's very hard to approach just because they have the high ground in the beginning for everywhere if they want. I don't know. It's just a run-of-the-mill C tier for me.
This used to
Yeah,
be one
that's
of my favorite maps. And
I have a love-hate relationship with it because I've had some outrageous games on that map, but I don't like it, which is really weird. I feel like all of us do good on that map, but we all don't like it. It's weird. Some of the maps we hate we're really good at. That always kind of confuses me. But overall, I'd say I don't really care to play it.
it's about boring to fun ratio is what it is. You can be really good at something, but it can also be boring.
Yeah, every game feels like a slow, drawn-out game.
You want a good challenge when you play.
One comment I'd like to make too, it's one of those maps where, Daniel, you and me, I wouldn't consider us to be snipers, but our top weapon is a sniper. And this is a map that forces us to snipe. It's like, oh man, like I'm sure I can do good with this, but that's boring. I don't want to play like that, but if I want to really win the game, that's how I'm going to do it. Just dumb not to. So that's kind of where that map is
You guys
bad,
are
I
big
guess.
overkill players. I like
That's
that
true.
overkill.
That's true.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
that's
Oh
a
yeah.
good point to bring up.
We agree C tier for Estate.
Yeah, that's totally fine.
So Favela, this one probably borderline our first maybe S tier map. Favela's great. It plays fast. It can play slow. There's plenty of areas to bob and weave out of. You can snipe if you want down lanes. You can use an SMG. You can use an assault rifle. You can do anything you want on it.
It was S tier for MW2. I don't know what changed exactly, but you can put that up in S. I wouldn't be opposed to it.
Where would you place this one, Ian?
Favela. I really like what you said. I actually fully agree that it's probably A tier. It's not my favorite map. Me personally, it's probably in between like an A and a B. I do think A is justified because it's like you said, you can kind of do whatever. If you're a fast-paced player, you can run and gun, you can get up in their face. If you want to snipe, you can do that. If you play really defensive like me, kind of somewhere in the middle, you can also do that. It doesn't really force you to do anything you don't want to do. I mean, you can kind of do whatever you want to do. So I do like it for that reason.
A tier Favela, move on to Highrise.
Yeah.
Oh, this is going to be an interesting.
I'm interested on Highrise. I want to see what you think.
Liked it more in the original, that's for sure. I'd say B. It's a B tier. It's a B tier map for me. It's not like my favorite thing.
I kind of feel B as well. Not that I don't hate it. Like I will pick it. It's not that I won't.
It gets picked a lot, and I think just playing it so much kills it a little bit for me.
I'll put it in B. What do you think, Ian? I was curious.
I think the community would put it in S tier. The COD community as a whole, I think Highrise is probably one of the most famous maps ever. I think where you guys have it is fair. I don't really know what I'm gonna get. I'm either gonna freight train the other team, or I'm just kind of gonna play middle of the pack kind of irrelevant on it. I want more of a guarantee that I'm going to go off. That's not always the case on that map, so I think B's fine. But
Maybe just out of respect for the map and the nostalgia factor, we could move it to A, just because I can't put it on the same.
As
Can I put it on the
Derail?
same level as Derail? I mean, can I?
the only reason Derail's even there is because me and Daniel probably like it.
I mean, I don't mind Derail. Would I pick Derail over all these maps below it? Yes, I'd pick it over all of them. That's kind of how I see it. A tier for Highrise. I'd change my mind. A tier for Highrise. I can't put it in S, but
Yeah,
we'll go
if
A.
you make it this far in the video, definitely comment what you guys think. I'm really curious to see what the community thinks. This is just purely what we think, and we've been playing for 20 years, and like so we've played the old version, the new version. This is just where we put it. Really curious to see what everybody else thinks.
Invasion. Invasion's a good one. It's grown on me. I used to not like it. Now that I've learned the map and know kind of routes and stuff like that, I'd put this one in A tier. I enjoy this one.
Yeah, a distinction I think I want to make for just 3 maps: Invasion, Karachi, and Skid Row. In 2009 were really the maps like I think people didn't really want to play that much. They weren't the best maps, but in this game they're kind of leaders of the pack. Like they're really fun in this game. They completely 180'd, and they did some things right. So Invasion, they added some doors here and there. There's some other places you can go, and that really changed the way the map plays. So I do think it's quite a good map. It does belong in A.
Yeah, A is good. It feels right. Something about the mechanics on MW3 and the layout of that map just feels right. A good feeling Call of Duty map on this game. What do you think, Daniel?
I'm gonna be weird. I want to put it in S tier. I
S
don't know
tier.
why.
Oh, wow.
Something S tier is I always vote
said
for it.
anything, I was thinking S.
Oh, you guys are both thinking S tier. Wow. I do like it. I don't know if I like it enough
Here's
for S
why.
tier.
I think it's well-rounded. I think there's a lot you can do on it. And so in terms of like good competition, I've always had close games there. That's what I like about it.
These things, we can put in order from left to right.
Yeah, that's not bad. I'm not even saying I necessarily like Invasion more than Favela, but I think when you think about the map in its totality, I mean it's decently balanced. And Favela is the same exact way. I mean you can make a case for S for both of them. You really
Yeah,
could. But
yeah, those are close. We'll keep them in top tier A. So next we got Karachi. In my opinion, the best map in this game. It's fantastic. It's just layered well. There's good vertical. There's good horizontal. You can run routes. Just incredible on this. It's almost like a little jungle gym out there. You can just climb on everything. It's just so fun. I'd put this in S tier all the way.
yeah, I don't disagree with you at all. We've talked about it before, and I agree.
That one would vary for me from A+ to S. The only reason I would bring it down is because I'd play it too much and I get bored of it.
Man, I feel like I don't play it enough. Okay, well, first S tier, Karachi. I'm happy with that one.
Quarry for me is S tier.
Yeah,
I think my favorite map.
Really? Oh man, I think it plays way better in this. I used to not like Quarry all that much. I feel like it was a forgettable map in the original game, but I do really enjoy it. I'd put it in A, borderline S.
I think we're gonna a little bit of democracy. Yeah, we're gonna put it in S. I'll make a case for it. It's one of the few 3-story maps. What I mean by that is you can go real low and rush. There's the mid level, and then there's the warehouses. The snipers can get up in and kind of shoot across at each other. That to me is very cool because it's very dimensional, and you can kind of have battles going on in different levels. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, the lines of sight in this map are really
It's
cool.
not to say that if there was Quarry and Karachi that I wouldn't feel like playing Karachi sometimes. I just think overall in terms of how the map is, and most of the time I'm always going to want to play it just because it's got far range, it can be close range, it could be everything, and it's always been good games on Quarry in terms of competition.
Okay. Well, S tier it goes. So next one we got is Rundown here.
But
I'm not gonna lie to you. I want to
D.
put it. I want to put it in D. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna lie to you. In fact, I think I hate it the most.
The most? Really? All the way down here? That's fine with me. Let's do it.
Did they open up this map and make it bigger or something weird?
No, it's just
It's the same. The lighting just makes it weird.
yeah, it's different. I mean, I'll make a case for why I don't like it. I mean, you have 3 bridges that can't be avoided. Somebody has to cross the
Terrible map
bridge
design.
in order to get to the other side, and they're just way too hard of choke points.
It's impassable. And this is another thing to where, like, you know, we play Search and Destroy. Maybe this map does play a little better on, who knows, like a hard point or a domination type game mode. But Search and Destroy, you're hosed. I mean, you got to cross those 3 bridges, like you said. It's just easy to guard them and pick people off when they're trying to get across. Not a good time. D tier it is, all the way to the bottom. Fuck that map.
Fuck that, man. Yeah. See, I wouldn't want to be.
What do we think about Rust?
Yeah, so
You're
I
gonna
think that the
that out.
community would think it's an S tier overall. The community as a whole probably plays more TDM and domination, and so they like just getting a whole bunch of kills like a shipment map. That's not me. I don't care for that. I would put it in D. And what's
Yeah.
weird about this is that I think it's a D map as opposed to probably most people, but I really like its counterpart, which is the new Stash House map, which I would put that like in A or S. And they're both similar maps. So like 5x5, you have to duke it out immediately. There's no avoiding that. You got to get in somebody's face. It forces you on both both ends, but I like it in the case of Stash House and not Rust. That's just my 2 cents.
Yeah, let's go low C tier, because I don't mind when it comes up. You don't play it like really ever on Search and Destroy.
I know what you mean. You're voting on it based on fun. For that, I get why you would put it in B.
Yeah, I'm alright with C, because it's one of those maps that you can absolutely just get railed on or just absolutely bend somebody over.
I think it would be a D map for me because it's not a very competitive map. Like there's the immediate decision is it's a skill matchup in reaction time. I don't really get to maneuver too much and figure out how I'm going to approach the enemy. I kind of have to just shoot at him right away, and so that's why I consider it D. You don't have a plan going into Rust. You just have to fight.
It's not that I would never vote for it. It's just if we're going to be serious about Search and Destroy, I guess we have to put it D.
Another one that could be kind of controversial, Scrapyard. What do we feel about Scrapyard?
Love-hate relationship with that one.
Yeah, I put it in B.
B.
Because it varies up and down.
That's perfect. We're all thinking the same thing.
You're either going to have the game of your life or you're going to be fighting tooth and nail. It's going to be 5-5 at the end of the game. Like, that's just how it is.
It's a fast-paced game for sure in this one because people are just moving quicker. It's crazy. It's fun when you're doing good. That's for sure.
When you're winning.
Yeah, when you're winning. Winning's fun. So, all right, B tier. High. Skidrow.
I'm kind of leaning S.
Yeah.
I'd put
Am I
it in
crazy
S.
for thinking that?
I
think it's
in
S.
S for sure.
It's everybody can have fun on that one. It doesn't discriminate, so I think it's an S tier.
Slap it right in the middle.
Yeah, we play a lot of it too. That's a fun one. That's
Skidrow
good
is
competition.
one, that I play a lot that is fun every time. Subbase, what do we got here?
That's an S for me. It's a snow map. I love snow maps. It's just good for everything.
I could go anywhere between S and A. It used to like when the game first came out, it might have been my favorite.
It's an S for me.
I'm kind of feel like it's an S in terms of in the play styles you can play. It is versatile, I think.
I'd put it S tier. I'd say looking at it, I'd pick Subbase over Quarry, and if we have Quarry on S tier,
that's fair.
I think I'd probably agree with you.
Yeah.
Underpass.
Interesting one.
Really weird. I hate it. I would have called it a D map.
Really? D?
I would have called it when I first when the game first came out, I thought it was a D because I didn't do very good on it. And once I figured out how my play style kind of works on the map, I love it. I mean, I'd put it like A, which is crazy because I know most people do not give a shit about that map, and I hated that map. I was everybody else, but for me personally, I'm able to find success now, and I really like it.
One thing I like about it, I don't necessarily do good on it, but I enjoy the challenge of
it's a competition. Getting into A, man, is so much fun when you're the offensive team, right? Yeah, I mean that's really fun.
It's an all or nothing kind of map in a weird way. You got to get to a zone first.
When push comes to shove, I mean, you got to fucking move. Like there's that low side that you can get shot in, and you got to be aggressive. It forces you to be aggressive, and sometimes I really like that, and that's kind of what that map does.
So I would put A.
B's fine.
I think B's good. I can't put it in the A tier with these maps because I think when you're having a great time, any map's super fun. All right, now we're running into the new map they've added. I'll give Sledgehammer credit. The new maps they've put in, all these maps I think are good. I think they all have a place in this game. I don't mind when any of them come up. I think they've done a pretty good job. Way better than MW2 did coming out with any sort of map. So I guess we'll start with Departure. In my mind, this is just a way better terminal.
Ooh, interesting.
Yeah.
And we got terminal in A tier, but I have a tough time putting it in A tier. So is it better than terminal? I almost would like to stick this in B tier.
B is probably perfect.
I can't judge it yet because we haven't played as a team.
I haven't played a lot of this
but
one.
I do really like it. I think it's gonna be amazing. I think it could be an A. It could be an A, but again, I can't really say that yet till we play it all together.
It's interesting when you put all the maps up there.
I know.
So I would never pick it over Scrapyard, Underpass, or Derail. So to me, it's a C. But I don't think it's necessarily like such a bad map.
We just haven't played it yet.
I'd say low B for now.
That's fine. It's a terminal that's way longer and bigger and wider, and it's kind of strange. It's big enough to where like the outside of the map is like almost not even really used unless like there's that one flanker that wants to go that way. It's just big, and there's like you get to that section on the low side of the escalators on B side, I think. I don't even know. There's these corridors and these big sections, like these walls and stuff, and it's just that's hard to challenge. I mean, because there's people laying down and camping behind them. It's hard. You got to muscle your way in there. You got to be quick on your feet. So I for that reason, I don't like it, but I like the design. I think it's a good looking map.
The design's nice because I think it goes a lot in line with Favela and Invasion, where you can just do whatever you want. If you want to use an assault rifle, use that. If you want to use an SMG, use that. You can snipe. There's sniper lanes. Like I said, I haven't played it enough to really fully give it a solid ranking, so I think low B is fair. What do we think about Greece?
I'm gonna have to go with A on that one. Ian, what do you think?
I've had some massive games on Greece. I like A. I mean, and I feel like that's a one map where I feel like all of us pretty much have fun on that one. I don't really hear anybody complaining.
Well, what's your honest opinion, Ian? Or do you think about S? I mean, is that possibly an S? I'm just curious.
I'd be biased calling it S because I'd be like, oh, I've dropped a lot of 20 bombs on it.
No, Ian, you're not crazy for thinking that, because I feel weird saying that it's S, but I might personally vote it as S. I know that sounds crazy, but
I think A is completely fair. I think the community would agree with A.
Yeah.
We could debate S, but
I think A. I think the only thing that's bringing it back and not putting it in S tier in my mind is the water element. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but I don't like the water element in this one necessarily. I think the bomb site over by, well, both of them are surrounded by water, so it's just those people that can just sit in the water.
People don't really use the water too much, and most of the people that try to use the water to aggress us lose. I kill people in the water like all the time. It's pretty rare for me to get blanked by somebody taking water, so I don't really. The water's cool. I like that there's an opportunity for water there, just because it makes the map more interesting. Not in every case, but I think it's a cool little dynamic.
I think middle A tier is solid for it. What do we think about Rio?
I think it's very competitive. I think it's. I mean, that's like a CDL map.
That's
man.
an A. I think it's an A.
It's a dogfight, and that's kind of why I like it.
I'd stick this one in A as well. Where would you put it in A? Would you put it in front of Greece or behind it?
I'd probably put it all the way at the end. I mean,
that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. Okay. Well, there it is, Rio, low A. Stash House. I know you guys really like it.
I'm gonna put it on like A for like we don't have a small map on S yet. Sorry, S. We don't have a small map on S yet, but I think if there was gonna be a small map that was S tier, it's gonna be Stash House.
I'd agree with that. This one is really fun. I mean, for a small map, I don't know how they did it, but it's a good map. I mean, you can kind of stay back, and then once it gets to like, you know, the team's a little smaller, you know, there's two people left on each team, or if you're one of those final people, I mean, it just becomes a whole new
exhilarating.
Game. Yeah,
it is fun.
Yeah, the adrenaline gets. You know, you guys are kind of convinced me it's S tier. I mean, low S tier. Let's throw it up there.
Yeah,
that's what I was thinking.
I like that. We need comments on this video because I really want to see what people think.
In terms of fun, that's S. In terms of like how much fun you can get out of a map, yeah.
All right, and the last one is Vista, which another one that I haven't played a lot of, but what I have played has been fun. Just kind of a classic 3-lane design that's done, I think, pretty well. I could stick that one in. I'd almost like it more. I like it more than Departure.
Yes.
Okay, I'm in B, so good.
It's just a solid B tier classic 3-lane rendition of a map.
Yeah. I guess after looking at all the maps we're seeing here, I think like the S and A tier maps, those are the really competitive maps, I think, where if I lose, I'm not going to say it's because it was a bad map for me or something like that. Like I'm cool with getting into a crazy, you know, dogfight on all those top maps there. I have good plays for all those maps. I don't feel any animosity towards them, and I don't feel like I'm at a disadvantage at any point in those top maps, whereas the ones at the bottom I feel kind of more funneled into a certain type of gameplay.
Yeah, I think we landed on a good tier list here. I think looking at it just with all the maps actually on there side by side, I don't know if there's a lot I'd change, if anything. I mean, looking at it right now,
this is us being completely honest. Like, we've played all these for the most part, you know, 100 plus times each, 1,000 times each. Like this is what we think for how we play, but I'm sure the larger community that plays TDM and Domination can think completely different about them. But as far as search goes, I think this is like a perfect example of what the tiers are.
Yeah, I just want to see what you think is the most controversial pick that we did. If you have those thoughts, love to hear
if it's
them.
something really outlandish, maybe pin the comment. Yeah, I'm sure we got something way wrong for these people. Like, I don't know.
Especially like Quarry. I want to know if people would all vote Quarry as S. I don't know, maybe not.
That might be our most controversial pick, but god damn it, it's our tier list, so it's staying.
Yeah, this is it.
This is whatever.
These are the correct opinions. Everything else is wrong.
Yeah, everything else is wrong. Heard it here first. All right, guys, peace.